let's look at the Vice President of the United States publicly fellating Donald Trump in the latest cabinet meeting. And we're going to come back and talk about the bullshit that he spews here.
If you look at every affordability crisis that's confronting the American people today, it is traceable directly to a problem caused by Joe Biden and congressional Democrats. Why did homes get so unaffordable? Because we had 20 million illegal aliens in this country taking homes that ought by right to go to American citizens. Why did tax bills get so unaffordable? Because Democrats were raising taxes while congressional Republicans under the president's leadership, we're now cutting taxes. Why did food get so expensive? Because we printed trillions of dollars and threw it into green scams that made our agricultural economy suffer while Americans were paying higher prices for food. On every single one of those issues, Mr. President, I think we've made incredible progress, but it would be preposterous to fix every problem caused over the last 4 years in just 10 months. I think that we've done incredibly good, but what I see over the next year, and you heard Brooke talk about joy and gratitude. What I really think this season represents for me, and I think for the entire administration, is that we have now done incredible work to fix what Joe Biden broke. And I think that next year, in American growth and American prosperity could be the best year that we've had in the United States of America. It's going to happen because we're all working hard. It's going to happen because we have the greatest country in the world. But I think for congressional Democrats in particular, if they want to talk about affordability, they ought to look in the mirror.
A lot to cover there. Let's start with the fact that he says that there's an affordability crisis. Now, he's blaming it on Biden and congressional Democrats. We're going to get to that in just a moment. But he says that we have an affordability crisis. But Donald Trump says that affordability is a scam and that nobody cares about it.
There's this fake narrative that the Democrats talk about, affordability. They just say the word. It doesn't mean anything to anybody. You just say it. Affordability. I inherited the worst inflation in history. There was no affordability. Nobody could afford anything. The word affordability is a con job by the Democrats.
Affordability is a scam. Nobody cares about it. Do you guys care about affordability? Because Donald Trump says that we don't care about anything and that he inherited the worst inflation in history, which is factually incorrect. And in fact, inflation is the same now as when he took over. So you and your boss are not on the same page when it comes to the affordability. He went on to say that homes are now more affordable than they were before. And the reason why is because they're kicking out undocumented immigrants who took homes that should rightfully go to American citizens. No, they bought homes. They went out and worked and bought homes. You guys had a problem with it, but you say that homes are now more affordable, but they're not. This is just from August. Why are home prices so high? The median price for a home is now over $410,800, over 10 times higher than housing prices 50 years ago. What's behind this massive upswing, and why are house prices so high still today? Here's what hopeful home buyers need to know. Today, home prices remain higher than those of the pre-pandemic days, though home price growth has shown signs of slowing down. In some cities, prices have even begun to decline. For example, in Austin, Texas, home prices fell almost 5% between July 2024 and July 2025 and decreased by over 9% compared to 2022. Still, the median national home price remains above $400,000, and mortgage interest rates are much higher than those bargain basement 3% pandemic rates. So, for most consumers looking to buy their first home, it's a less than optimal time. So even though you're kicking people who rightfully bought their homes out of the country, we're still not seeing that translate into cheaper home prices like you said. You said that groceries were expensive under Joe Biden because we printed money. And that every affordability crisis that we can see today is a direct result of something Biden or congressional Democrats did. But groceries are up under you guys. The cost of groceries in America is up, with recent data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics showing a 2.7% increase in food at home prices over the 12 months ending in September 2025, and the USDA forecasting a nearly 3% increase for all food prices in 2026. Contributing factors include climate change affecting crops, supply chain issues, labor shortages, and tariffs. And you're going to have to check me if I'm wrong, but I don't recall tariffs being a problem on food under Joe Biden. It wasn't until Donald Trump came in that we added that piece to the puzzle. You said, we can't fix everything Joe Biden broke in 10 months, but your boss, once again, sings a different tune. He says we've had the best 10 months ever.
This has been, according to those that seem to say it, and I will say it, I would never say a thing like that because I want to be very modest. I always want to be modest as I can. They say this has been the best 9 months that any president has ever had. To put the economy of our country, we have the best economy we've ever had. We had the best economy in my first term, but we have an economy that's blowing it away.
So which one is it, J.D. Vance? Can we not fix it all in 10 years, or do we have the best economy that we've ever had? Better than the first economy under Trump from the first 4 years, which he said was the best ever. And here you are talking about how we can't fix it until next year. Next year will be good. Don't worry about it. Let me ask you a question, JD. If we're, President Trump. I know we were talking about JD. Donald Trump. Let me ask you a question. If the economy is the best ever, why aren't you releasing the jobs numbers? Anyway, that's JD Vance continuing to fillet Donald Trump, the man he once called America's Hitler.